really no interim stages between creation and consumption of the music. And now you have a pretty aggressive release schedule with Life Notes. Like, tell them what records are coming up, and then I'm gonna have a follow-up question on it.
Okay. Available now. Is this. This is a dual CD, not a double CD. There's not two discs. It's one disc with two records. It's a full-length Journey Back to Me, which is a self-explanatory title. This is the first record I cut when I left the corporate music scene. It's like, enough of that. I want to get back to who I am. So these songs represent the journey back to me, away from them. Okay? Then on the flip side, limited edition artwork. Just being, Home Shopping Network, all that good stuff, right here, right now. This is the newest EP that we released last winter. This is a higher frequency. This has a double meaning. But one of the meanings is high frequency musically. The frequency is being higher to catch your eardrum. The other one is raising your consciousness to a higher place. That's much more important. You know what I'm saying? So that's what these represent. You can get both of these for $10. Okay, now.
This year, you got
right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, now what's happening right now is the end of this month. I didn't get to perform any of the songs tonight. The end of the month, I have a rework EP coming out, which is a collection of 5 songs. It's going to be songs by Prince. I'm covering songs by Prince, Sade, Luther Vandross and Change, Portishead, and Paul McCartney.
Wow.
And just to let you know, you here tonight will be the first people to know this. This is a free record. I'm putting this record out as a promotional record. It's going to be digital only. All you have to do is go to my website, subscribe, so I have your email. Once you have that, I'll send you a link, a direct link. The record is yours for free. Okay, and at the end of May, before I go back to Europe to tour, I'm putting out an electro house record. And then in July, I have an all-female features album coming out that I'm producing. And in between all those projects, I have collaborations with DJ Spinner, Ron Trent, Opa Loco, IG Culture, Daz IQ, a bunch of stuff happening, So just always go to my website, please, www.lifenotesmusic.com. You'll see everything that's going on with release schedules, tour schedules, promotional events, and I definitely got to come back to DC.
So you got a lot of records, and you stay on the road, and Life Notes is pretty much you.
Well, it's me and 2 partners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's really the bread and butter? Is it the touring, or is it being able to aggregate all of these different markets and different places? Like, how is your model able to work right now in a time when there's a recession and the music industry is imploding?
See, that's the thing right there. The music industry is in a tricky place right now, and everyone knows it. It's like the music industry had gotten weird before the economy even turned down because of technology and the shifting of the model. But to me, there's one funnel and everything meets that funnel. It's like a lot of artists, everyone we know is putting out music digitally over the web. Everybody. That market has become just a sea, a plethora of just open-ended music. Good, bad, positive, negative. There's so much music out there. My thing is getting out, spending my own money, coming to connect with fans, connect with the audience, the consumer, from city to city, from country to country. A lot of independent artists don't want to do that, or maybe don't have the means to do it. But to me, you go out and cultivate a fan base, let people connect with you, connect with them personally, build more of a personal relationship, then see how that, turns around as far as your sales. So to me, one thing fuels another. Digital releases for us in the States allows me to propagate a better following and fan base in Europe than I get to go over there and tour. Here it works the opposite way. It's like I tour, then people buy the records. Yeah.
So, on the theme of connecting, getting into your mind a little more. I mean, as artists, everybody kind of has their own engine that kind of drives them, and usually you can break down the motivations between like internal and external, whether you feel the need to share and connect with others, or you have you just have catharsis, things you have inside that you need to resolve or get out. Like, where does you draw your well from? Between those two kind of broad.
Yeah, it's a kind of a tough fight. Well, believe it or not, I'm really an introvert. Really an introvert. Like, Anyone who really knows me knows I keep to myself. I don't go out a lot. It's just like running joke. I live in LA now, and like out there, when people see me out, it's like, oh, there must be something going on industry-wise, and you must be meeting somebody because we don't ever see you anywhere. So like for me, it's more of a thing of music has always been that one thing, other than my faith, that allows me to like really, really express myself without any limitation. So I guess it comes from the inside, but I'm influenced by everything I see, my travels, meeting people, what's going on in the world, the state of affairs, my family. I mean, I'm a human being. I'm a sponge. I absorb everything and just try to release it in a positive manner. And my biggest goal is to say something positive because there's so much BS out there. That's it.
You talk about your faith, and that reminds me of something else that I've read about you, which I can relate to a lot because it's kind of what motivates me with what I do, is trying to create music that kind of contributes and kind of propagates the black continuum of expression. So how does that kind of goal and concept combine with your faith and your creativity?
I find myself saying this a lot, and it almost sounds like a broken record now, but for me, to put it in very simple and short terms, African Americans, from my understanding, as far as music is concerned and art and culture, musically, I have to talk about that format because that's the form I express myself. Musically, we have such a rich tradition, from bebop to gospel to blues to early hip hop, all of it. It's like we have always been seen in the light internationally as musical and cultural ambassadors. So how did we go from Gillespie, Train, Miles, Quincy to Lil Wayne, Lil Jon, Lil Kim? I mean, really, I'm not trying to diss anyone, but it's simple to me. And I don't want to preach either, but the truth is the truth. Whether you want to hear it or not, I have to say it. It's my obligation to say it.
Say it.
So,
preach.
I'm not judging anyone, different strokes for different folks and all that. That's cool. Like what you like. But at the end of the day, just look around you. Look at your community. Look at your situation. My mother, when I grew up, was comfortable on her block. We had fun. We listened to all kinds of music. There was no drama. Within a half of a generation, not even a generation behind us, if you're like 25 to 30, raise your hand. 25 to 35, raise your hand, please. Okay, thank you. Now, not even a generation removed, a decade removed, okay? People 15 to 20 years old don't recognize real shit. How did that happen in 10 fucking years? Somebody tell me. Is there anyone out there that has an answer?
What the fuck?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, the media. The fucking media.
What the fuck?
Turn off your TVs. Turn off the radio, all that corporate bullshit. And I know it's going to sound corny coming from me because I'm an independent artist that just perform, I'm selling my CDs and all that. But the bottom line is this. If we do not support independent black music, our legacy is fucking finished.
Oh, wow.
Really. You might think that I'm just saying that to propagate and promote my own thing, but I'm not. It's a real simple thing. Just think of it, take me out of it and think of it this way, okay? I wish we could close the curtain so you could just hear me and not see me.
No.
I don't want you to think it's biased, but it's real.
No.
Every time I walk into a music store, and I mean a musical instrument store, I see all the white kids playing drums, playing guitars, taking lessons. All the black and brown kids are on the turntables, on the samplers. That's cool. I make beats too. But have an understanding and an appreciation that stuff you're sampling came from fucking human beings. Individuals. They made that music. Kanye didn't make a fucking piece of music. Okay? None. He made some beats. I dig his beats. But beats are not songs, people. Okay?
Tell it.
We need some songwriters. We need someone to take the legacy of black music forward. Because if we don't, by the time we're ready to retire, it's going to be over.
Yeah.
Over. Done. And that's what fuels me more than anything else. I'm like, I cannot allow our music to just be like bullshit the way that it is and represent it so falsely. I was in Morocco last year doing workshops with Moroccan children and performed a concert. Ladies and gentlemen, Erik Rico, Los Angeles, California. 400 kids, right? When the curtain opened up, you know, the first thing I heard was, yeah, nigga, West Coast in Morocco. You tell me what the American media is doing.
Wow.